is Gabrielle Tayak, and I'm a member of the Piscataway Indian Nation. We're a small tribal community in the Chesapeake Bay on the Maryland side, and I live right outside of Washington, D.C.
I am Southern Cheyenne and a member of the Cheyenne-Arapaho Nation of Oklahoma, as well as a member of the Society of Peace Chiefs of the Southern Cheyenne.
We look at creating exhibits that are done in partnership with Native peoples, as well as taking the best possible academic, rigorous types of research.
These issues respecting repatriation in indigenous communities are not locked into the United States or even the Americas, but it's really a global issue.
So these are all efforts that had been done in Native American communities and tribal museums, not only in the United States.
I became the director of the National Museum of the American Indian at the Smithsonian Institution at the very beginning time of repatriation laws there.
Our founding director came here to Australia first in the 90s to consult because the levels of Indigenous research and Indigenous research institutions like IATSIS, that's here right next to the Australian National Museum, were far more advanced than what we had in the United States. And the same thing with Te Papa in New Zealand.
I made my way to Australia because Australia was addressing the very same questions and had been for a while.
Australia also has been a leader, really propelled us and inspired us and gave us models and concrete ideas of how we might be able to build our institution, the kinds of elements that we needed to think about. We then had opened the National Museum of the American Indian in 2004, and now that that's been opened, that then I think creates a whole set of other opportunities and advancements and conversation.
In the United States, the return of sacred objects and cultural patrimony is actually premised on the fact that it is essential to the contemporary Native community for the continuance of culture and the continuance of ceremonial practice. So this is very much about lives in the 21st century and not just what happened in the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries.
We're very grateful to the thinking here in Australia because I don't think that we would have had all of the language that we needed to have and the concepts that we needed to have. So you also set a pace for us, and I think that was very useful. So it's always a balance. It's always, it's a back and forth. I kind of feel like we're kind of hand over hand, helping each other, not just as Indigenous peoples, but in terms of understanding what it is to live in a pluralistic society.